YouTube, it's Langsta here, and this week we're going to be making Kenny's salmon and Ignis's version of the dish, Kenny's original recipe. Now these two are essentially the same dish. The ingredients are on the screen now, and as you can see I've made the recipe to serve 4 people. However, I'm only going to cook 1 piece of salmon because I can't really finish 4 by myself, or I could try. That'd be nice. Now before I go any further, I'd like to give a shout out to Geek and Sundry, who have amazingly written an article which has included one of my recipes. Thank you so much. It is an absolute honour to be on your website. In other news, I've also started a Twitter account which you can follow at langsta_l. I'll be posting regular updates on my day-to-day life and also progress with filming and editing of my videos and what's coming up next. You'll be able to find the link on my YouTube channel page. If you want to ask me any questions on Twitter, just tweet any question with the hashtag #AskLangsta and I'll be able to find it and answer it for you. Also, if any of you have tried cooking any of my dishes and have a picture as a result, please do tweet it to me, as I really love to see your results as well. As usual, if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Please like the video and comment below to let me know how you feel about it. And without any further delay, let's get to the cooking. First up, pat the salmon dry to make sure that it isn't too wet, and season it with salt and pepper. Here I've seasoned it quite well with pepper. Now cook the salmon in a preheated oven for about 10 minutes at 180 degrees. Here we're going to crush 2 pieces of garlic, peel them, and dice them into really small pieces. After that, take a few leaves of parsley and chop it roughly. Cut off a wedge of lemon. Here I'm making a sauce. I'm putting in the mature cheddar, the mascarpone, the ricotta cheese, and grating in the Emmental cheese. You can use any cheeses you want, however I thought if I used any cheeses stronger than this, like Parmesan, then it would kind of unbalance the dish. To make the sauce, just heat up 2 tablespoons of butter in the saucepan on a relatively low heat. For mine it was on 4 out of 9 for an electric hob. If you heat it up on too high a setting, then it will burn. Add in the minced garlic and stir it in. The smell will be amazing. Now pour in the single cream and stir that. And then add the flour. This flour will thicken the sauce. If there are lumps, just use a whisk to whisk away at the sauce until no lumps remain. Then add in the cheese and stir that in. Now it's going to be all melted and bubbly and really cheesy. You can adjust the amount of mature cheddar to suit your own tastes. After the 10 minutes are done, take the salmon out of the oven, squeeze on the lemon and cover the fish with the sauce. Doesn't that look absolutely delicious? After the salmon is covered, sprinkle on the parsley, cover it with foil and bake for about 5 minutes. After that, remove the foil and broil it until the cheese is almost burnt. Okay, so this week we're having Kenny's salmon and Kenny's original recipe. Because they're both exactly the same except one has a piece of parsley on it, I'm gonna go with the Kenny's original recipe, which is the version that Ignis makes. So as you can see, the cheese is nicely burnt on top and the salmon is resting very well underneath it. So I'm gonna cut into it now. Oh, that is soft. Wow. So the salmon is all nice and flaky inside. Oh, and the smell is amazing. So the naturally amazing taste of the salmon is just amplified so much by this cheesy sauce on top. So I don't quite get what the vegetables place in this is. But I guess it's to make it a tiny bit more healthy. So the salmon is a salmon steak, which is cut straight through the bone vertically, and then you get this massive nice piece of salmon. And it's still got the bone in the middle, the backbone. That cheese sauce. So one thing in the game is that Kenny's is this crazy crow person, or a person in a crow's uniform or costume, which shoves drinks down people's throats. But he does make really nice salmon. So personally, I find salmon to be the most tasty of all the fish. I'm not sure why, maybe because it's so rich tasting and meaty. The cheesy garlicky flavour goes perfectly well with the salmon. And because it's seasoned so nicely just before I cooked it, the flavour is immense. There's a bone in there somewhere, and I can't actually find it yet. I found it. Oh boy. Now, as you saw in the cooking part of the video, I used the 4 cheeses: mature cheddar, ricotta, mascarpone, and the emmental cheese. Now these 4 aren't extremely flavorful except for the mature cheddar. The reason why I chose them is because they're all really good in sauces. The mascarpone and the ricotta cheese are all really creamy cheeses, and they aren't too full of flavor, just like mozzarella, but when you cook them, it is nice. So when I was making it, I was thinking, this actually doesn't look like a lot, maybe it won't fill me up, but actually eating this, it's actually rather filling. There's quite a densely packed piece of meat here. So now I understand why there's lettuce leaves in here. It's to cut through the richness of the cheese sauce and the salmon. If it wasn't for this lettuce, I reckon this dish would have been maybe a bit too rich. But you know what this really needs? This needs salmon roe and some chips. Maybe a few slices of cherry tomato. So the few squeezes of lemon juice just absolutely makes this dish. It is amazing with it. And now it's the final piece. So this is what's left from the dish, is the backbone of the salmon. So the original dish, Kenny Salmon, did not have that little bit of parsley on the side, and Ignis's version, Kenny's original recipe, had, but I don't really think it did anything. I think Ignis was just trying to be a bit fancy with the dish. So after eating this, I must say it is absolutely amazing. It's probably the best fish dish I've had for quite a while now. I don't really eat fish much, so it's not too difficult to make it the best for me. But this is only the first one of many, and next time I'm making this, I'll be making Kenny's secret recipe. And coincidentally, that has the salmon roe, the chips, the chopped cherry tomatoes, and I think cucumber as well, I'm not too sure. So next week I'm going to be making the memory lane pastry. Thank you to all of those who requested this dish. It's a really nice change to be having something which is from the sea, other than the shrimp in the ultimate cup noodle, but that was not enough. This one was full on fish, and it was actually really delicious. And the cheese sauce was pretty heavy. So as usual, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe, and also hit that like button below to show your love for my cooking, and leave a comment below if you have any requests for any other dishes you want to see me cook. And be sure to try out these recipes yourself. As usual, please do share it with your friends, whoever you think are interested. Please do show them. I was absolutely amazed to be told that my food was featured on an article on Geeks and Sundry, which was amazing. I did not expect anything like that, and I was extremely honored by that. Now, moving forwards, I have started a Twitter account, and you can find the link on my channel. I will be releasing updates on my general life as a whole, and also the progress of my cooking videos. And I will also be letting you know what the next one will be, so please do follow me on there, at langsta. You'll find the link in my description below. And if you have any questions at all, you can always ask me a question on Twitter, and just end your question with a hashtag AskLangsta. So it can be anything, it can be related to the food, can be related to me, can be related to anything. Meaning of life. As you guys may have already noticed, I had my hair cut last week and now it's extremely short. And I don't think I look younger, but my mom told me I look about 5 years younger than I normally am. So as usual, thank you for watching. Next week I'll be making the memory lane pastry, so please do look up for that. And I really hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And I shall see you next week. Bye bye.